In September 2025, the K-pop world was once again stirred by big news from Jimin, one of BTS's members, who dominated global conversations thanks to his solo track, Who. The song, which had already caught the spotlight upon release, continues to record impressive streaming numbers, even 7 months later. What makes Who unique is Jimin's emotional vocal performance blended with modern R&B pop elements. Many critics believe the song is not just a single, but a symbolic transition for Jimin, showing his growth into a fully established solo artist. On platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and Melon, the track maintains high positions on global charts. According to official data released on September 20th, 2025, Who entered the top 20 global Spotify daily chart despite being months old. This phenomenon shows that Jimin is not just a K-pop star, but a global icon whose music has staying power beyond the industry's usual fast-moving trends. Streaming statistics provide solid proof of Jimin's influence in today's music industry. According to reports from Gaon Digital Chart and Spotify's analysis, September 20th, 2025, Who surpassed 600 million streams worldwide. In South Korea, the song stayed in the top 5 digital chart for more than 15 consecutive weeks. On YouTube, the Who music video has gained over 250 million views. The track charted on the Billboard Hot 100 for 10 weeks, and while it has since dropped off, its popularity remains strong in Asia, Europe, and Latin America. Significantly, brand reputation data from the Korea Business Research Institute, September 20th, 2025, revealed that Jimin's name surged once again. The popularity of Who was a major factor in him securing the #1 male idol brand reputation ranking, marking his 35th consecutive month at the top. Industry analysts describe this as extraordinary, since very few artists manage to maintain such consistency. In today's fast-paced digital landscape, the longevity of Who is considered a rare phenomenon. For ARMY, BTS's fandom, the success of Who felt like a shared victory. On social media, hashtags such as #JiminWho600M and #Jimin #1 brand trended worldwide as soon as the streaming reports were published. Fans weren't just celebrating numbers, they saw this as proof that Jimin can shine as a solo artist while still being a crucial part of BTS. The international media responded positively too. Outlets like Billboard, NME, and Rolling Stone highlighted how Jimin managed to maintain momentum during BTS's military service hiatus. Who is seen as a torchbearer, keeping BTS's presence alive in the international music scene. Adding to the hype, Jimin performed live versions of Who at select music events in early September, featuring new arrangements that captivated audiences. Fan cams of these performances reached millions of views within days. Meanwhile, ARMY communities across the world coordinated mass streaming projects to keep the track alive on global charts. They set streaming schedules and strategies across different platforms to boost the algorithm's push for Who. The success of Who in September 2025 is not just Jimin's personal achievement. It also carries implications for BTS's future. The group is scheduled to return with a new album and world tour in spring 2026, following the completion of military service by all members. Jimin's surging popularity through Who serves as a strong foundation for that comeback. Analysts believe that when BTS releases their next album, public anticipation will be even greater since each member has proven themselves as a successful solo act. For Jimin, this means he will bring an even larger global fan base into the BTS comeback era. There's also speculation about an international collaboration for Who. Rumors hint at possible partnerships with artists like SZA or The Weeknd, though nothing has been officially confirmed. If such a project comes true, it could further cement Jimin's position as a crossover artist, bridging the K-pop and the global pop market. In summary, September 2025 stands as a defining month in Jimin's career. The rising streaming stats of Who, the overwhelmingly positive public reception, and his reclaimed top spot in brand reputation all confirm that the Jimin era as a global powerhouse is just beginning. Fans now eagerly await his next steps, while also counting down the days to BTS's long-anticipated 2026 comeback. The success of Who has not gone unnoticed by major media outlets. On September 21, 2025,
Korean and international press dedicated extensive coverage to Jimin's streaming milestones. Publications like the Korea Herald emphasized how Jimin's solo career has become a critical factor in maintaining BTS's global dominance, while Billboard described Who as a track that transcends language and genre barriers. Music industry insiders also pointed out that Jimin's brand reputation ranking is closely tied to his influence outside music. His fashion collaborations, charitable contributions, and social media engagement. Brands view Jimin not only as a singer, but as a trendsetter, capable of influencing consumer choices worldwide. In fact, several luxury houses hinted at renewing or expanding their partnerships with him. Analysts noted that Jimin's consistent visibility in both the entertainment and fashion industries has made him a multi-dimensional figure whose appeal goes far beyond K-pop fandoms. While streaming numbers are crucial, ARMY's cultural projects added another layer of impact in September 2025. Across Seoul, Tokyo, Jakarta, New York, and Paris, fans organized billboard ads celebrating Who's 600M milestone. In some cities, public transport systems featured LED ads funded entirely by fan donations. Cultural critics argue that Jimin's fans have created a new standard of participatory fandom, where fans act as promoters, marketers, and cultural ambassadors. This type of engagement ensures longevity for songs like Who, as the track continues to circulate through creative, fan-driven campaigns. The cultural influence even reached academia. In late September, Yonsei University's Cultural Studies Department announced a seminar analyzing Jimin's solo work, including Who, as an example of globalized Korean identity in the 21st century. This marked one of the rare times a K-pop idol's solo song was included in academic discourse. Beyond numbers and achievements, Who represents a turning point in Jimin's personal artistry. For years, he was often described as the main dancer and vocal powerhouse of BTS. But with the solo success of Who, he has carved out a distinct artistic identity, one that blends vulnerability with charisma. The lyrics of Who, exploring themes of identity, longing, and self-reflection, resonate deeply with listeners worldwide. Critics highlight how Jimin's performance is not only technical, but also emotionally raw, giving the track universality. As one reviewer from Rolling Stone Asia put it on September 22, 2025, Jimin doesn't just sing a song, he inhabits it. With Who, he establishes himself not only as a pop idol, but as a storyteller whose reach extends beyond fandom culture. This evolving identity strengthens his solo trajectory and prepares the ground for future projects, both inside and outside BTS. The ripple effect of Who extends beyond the music charts into the global marketplace. In late September 2025, marketing analysts from Korea Business Daily reported that Jimin's brand power had increased luxury sales in Asia by double-digit percentages whenever his campaigns were launched. His past partnerships with Dior and Cartier continued to generate high return value, but with the enduring success of Who, companies are reportedly lining up to secure exclusivity deals for 2026. Industry insiders claim that Jimin's ability to sustain long-term buzz despite BTS's military hiatus is what sets him apart. While other idols peak around comebacks, Jimin's name trends steadily. His stickiness factor, as one analyst described it, makes him invaluable for brands seeking consistent visibility. Some even speculate that Jimin's market value could surpass $100 million in endorsements by the end of 2026, a record-breaking figure for a K-pop idol. By September 23, 2025, international media further amplified Jimin's success. In Latin America, Who dominated playlists across Spotify Mexico, Brazil, and Argentina, with local DJs praising its fusion of Korean and Western R&B sounds. In Europe, French and Italian music magazines highlighted Jimin's vocal delivery as borderless, appealing to both pop and indie audiences. Meanwhile, in the United States, discussions about Jimin's artistry went beyond K-pop fan circles. On September 24, 2025, the New York Times featured an
op-ed exploring how Jimin represents a new model of global stardom, one that merges Eastern discipline with Western accessibility. Cross-cultural collaborations are also rumored, with producers from Los Angeles and London confirming in interviews that they've been in talks with HYBE about potential Jimin projects. This international response indicates that Jimin is no longer just Korea's pride, but a shared global cultural figure.